Welcome to the Your Energy First podcast, where we help you explore and better understand your intuition and spiritual gifts so that you can apply them to your day-to-day for your most purposeful and abundant life. Welcome back to the podcast. How are you doing? How you feeling? How's the bod feeling? How's your energy feeling? Wiggle into it. Squiggle into it. Let's call upon our inner lights right now and say, inner light, please give me something good. Give me something good. Give me some good energy. What do I need right now? Show me. Bring it in. Thank you. Thank you. Today's episode, we are going to talk about how to either improve or bring in intimate partnership. So this has been such a journey in my own life and experience. And I have had the joy of gaining, through very challenging times, incredible wisdom from my own path, from getting to, I almost said be a part of people's marriages. I haven't been a part of it. Getting to observe incredible relationships and also not so incredible ones in my life. And also, throughout my entire journey, people have come into this space for sessions with me and have asked for support with their relationship. And, I'm saying, I don't know, but what does Spirit have to say? And what's been very interesting are two things. One, Spirit has been very consistent with the messaging, whether they're helping me on my journey. I have not been married. I've never met anyone where I've just felt like, you know what, this makes sense, or I don't believe everything's ever 100%. I've never even felt close to 100% or 80 or 90% with someone. And I know why. I understand why my path is the way that it is. I didn't for a long time. But whether that's the path or the path is someone who has been married or is married, the lessons are always extremely similar. I'm asking the guides, can I say they're the same? They're like, yeah, it just comes in different forms. The key to more happiness and even more peaceful relationship with self, with someone else, is about how you care and nurture for yourself. Now, I have been in so many client sessions where the individual comes and says, Emily, I'm frustrated with my partner because they are not doing XYZ, or they are doing XYZ. And I'm like, yeah, I hear ya. Let's see what the guides have to say. And the guides always bring it back to our own side of the pond. There has been two exceptions when the individuals in sessions didn't actually even bring up their significant others, but the guides came through like with blare horns and said, ask them about their personal relationships. This is actually very serious, but they said, ask them if they're being abused in some ways. And the person gave me a yes. And so the guides were like, break it off. I mean, the guides don't come through and say, do this, don't do that very often, even though we want them to. So the fact that they proactively came in, is kind of like, they've been giving people this guidance this whole time, and then somebody receives validation from a session like this. But getting back to more, I'm going to say normal relationships. What does it mean to take care of our side of the pond? And I know that can kind of feel deflating at first. Like, well, wait a second. But I know for a fact they should be doing this better. Here's how this works. And I have seen this work so many times without failure, for myself, for the other people. When you care for your own energy in a relationship, when you bring it in, right? You're like, what do I need? What can I give myself? What can I do to make me really happy? This beautiful effect happens. By doing that, you are creating and nurturing an abundance of more happy energy around you, an abundance of happy energy within you. When that happens, the expectation of the other individual begins to release. what happens is you have a much more clear understanding of what you actually need, of what your boundaries truly are. It feels a little strange at first, dare I say even indulgent, to begin walking this path, waking up every morning, but what do I need? But what will make me feel good? What if I follow that? Your own happiness and joy becomes self-sustaining, which then becomes infectious. And naturally, partners follow suit in their own way. And if they don't, the relationship may have come to its course. What am I trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say. Completed its course. Also, relationships can go through courses, beginnings and endings, multiple times throughout the extension of a relationship, right? Extension of a relationship. How about duration of a relationship? So what is it that you need? And how does this matter for single people? Single people want validation. They want comfort. They want experiences with another, because our experiences are more oftentimes than not amplified when we're with other people. And what happens is, instead of giving ourselves those things, we look for it in somebody else. And then when someone else doesn't meet those needs and those expectations, our inner child is hurt. We become sad. We feel rejected. So instead, what happens is, I'm currently single now, so I've been meeting people in real life, really great people too. And what happens is, when the other person shows up however they show up, right, and exhibits behavior, that behavior to me tells me where they are at this moment in life. What I don't project onto them is, oh, you don't respect me, or, oh, you don't know my value, right? As women, traditionally, we want the men to pursue us. And so if they don't do those things, what do? Well, gosh, I'm going to take that personally. If he's not pursuing me, like, he must not know how freaking fabulous I am. Not at all. Not at all. Not everyone is in a place to understand their own value and therefore inherently understand the value of others. When you understand the value of yourself, it doesn't matter if you're in a romantic partnership, friendship, you will value the other individuals no matter what. It doesn't mean you invest more time into them or more energy into them, but you can just say, oh, I understand. You're a beautiful human over there having an incredible experience. And this is how you're showing up. Another great example is ghosting. So say, back in the day when I was doing online dating, say someone would ghost me. Oh, okay, so they're showing me who they are. Great. I don't ghost people because I respect myself. Not because I need that other person to have a good impression of me, but because this is how I operate. Now, if someone crosses my boundaries and continues to reach out to me, or I say I'm not interested and they continue to pursue, I will ghost them. Absolutely. It's a boundary. But we want to think in terms of nurturing our own grass, nurturing our own lawn. I cannot tell you, and I say this with such a tender heart, how many people have issues with their significant other because they are inherently unhappy in some way. And I'm raising my hand because I've been that person. So this is why we want to take a look at these things, because we're all carrying vibrations in different ways, right? We've got a high vibration over here. We got a low, dingy vibration over there. Not the best thing to think about all the time, right? But it is what it is. And so as such, we want to continue to say, okay, when I'm feeling, triggered or upset by someone or their actions don't align, take a step back. Well, what do I need? What is my aligned action? And then you come back to the relationship with more clarity. Hey, I understand that you're being this way for your own reason. You can tell me why that is. What I'm saying is this is what I need. What I'm saying is this is what will work for me. Or let's figure this out together. We have been so trained to have this insane belief that some other person, we're just meant to click, we're just meant to vibe, jive, and ride off into the sunset together. That is impossible when you don't know yourself. So again, as I'm dating, I'm allowing these people to show up exactly as they are. And I know what I need, and I'm learning what I need in the right relationships. I'm like, okay, I know I need to feel a sense of calm and safety around him. My nervous system needs to feel calm. I know that over time, I need to be seen. Doesn't mean this person's going to see me all the time for exactly who I am. I'm an ever-evolving human being. How well am I seeing myself? Whatever you desire in the other person, how are you giving it to yourself? How are you being it yourself? Whenever people bring up relationships now in sessions, I'm always like, oh God. I'm like, I know they want a magic wand for this other person. Yet I know it's always going to come back to them. There are times where partners will make difficult choices for our experience, for our collective experience. There are times where they will make poor choices for themselves. And these are the really hard things. But this going within and saying, what is it that I need? What do I need physically? What do I need physically? Do I need a little bit of time to myself? Do I need more fresh air? Do I need more time with friends? Do I need a good book? Do I need a therapist? Do I need to dance it off? Do I need to journal every day? What do I need? Do I need more? Do I need to express my creativity? Do I have a creative outlet? If you don't have a creative outlet, you're dying, by the way. Like, our creativity is such an underrated, undervalued aspect of our human experience. It's how we evolve. It's how we learn more about ourselves. And I'm not just talking about picking up paintbrushes or drawing, because that's what we usually think of. We think of actual crafts. Those are incredible arts. But who we are creatively helps us develop and evolve in partnership. And what we really need is a bit more of loving neutrality for the experience between us and the other person. This means we don't take things personally. If someone does something, I can think about other relationships, right? Like, oh, they treated me a certain way, or they did this, and I thought, oh, interesting. That's where they were coming from, and I'll take a step back. And I'm like, but what do I need? What do I need to experience? Hey, when you did that, it actually made me feel this way. And so therefore I've decided I don't want to feel that way. And we need to decide together how this is going to work moving forward. And I know some of you are thinking, oh my God, I could never say that to my partner. Well, buckle up. Because if you want change, we need to start having these conversations with ourselves comfortably so we can have them with the other people so we can actually invoke the change we desire to experience. This work isn't pretty. It isn't perfect. There's no 5 steps. There's no 15 steps. Spirit wouldn't even let me, of course, I was like, no, let's give people some action. Let's give people, and they're like, nope, not in this episode. Later down the road, but this is the opening. This is the opening to understanding relationships. Understanding relationships is understanding yourself better, is understanding that you're ever evolving, and that as humans we create these attachments with each other, and how much can we let go of these attachments and say, actually, we're both a creative evolution in process. The second part in all of this is we have fallen into we've created for ourselves traps of relationships. Relationships are meant to help us survive easier and thrive. So this means what will make you thrive. Understanding what will make you thrive as an individual will help you understand what's going to make you thrive in a couple. And then we go to our partner or partners, what have you, and say, you know what? This is what makes me really happy, and this is what makes me thrive. How would you like to support this? How would you like to show up and help me do this? And you don't have to answer it right now. Look at Spirit giving us some examples. We got one, you guys. Good job. Come back to me. Let me know how it feels for you to support me in this endeavor. Can't wait to hear it. Your level of involvement does not dictate your level of love for me. It just shows me where you're at. And this is something I know I need to feel really happy and good and be healthy. We're doing it, folks. We're on the way. We're doing it. One other final thing that the guides are throwing in here is make more plans for more fun. Make more plans for more fun with yourself, with your partner. They go, you guys, in your calendars. Stick it in the calendar. Must have fun. Fun does not include screen time at all. Our phones, our mechanisms, our devices have a lot within them, and we need to remember ourselves first. Catering to our own energy first, and then as we deem fit, bringing in beautiful technology to help amplify it. But it's never your device first, it's your energy first. I would love to hear what you think about this episode on social media or in the Intuitives Toolkit, the monthly membership. And if you're feeling called to go deeper into this work for yourself, I now have spots available for the alignment container again. This is the only way to work with me one-on-one on developing your own unique intuition and how do you apply it to your day-to-day life, including in relationships. Thank you for bringing all of you into this world.